This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutation, viewers. Vauldemare back here with the finale of Amazing Spider-Man 2. In the last episode, we were in Ravencroft trying to save the civilians, Mencken, and just trying to explore through this place. And we found out that he has been corrupted by a symbiote of some sort that Mencken had, well, apparently made it sound like he created, but we think it might be alien. Who knows? But either way, it's taken over Kasady, and now he's become the Carnage. And all he wants is death and destruction. It's up to Spider-Man to defeat him. Let's defeat him and save New York and hopefully put everything to right until a sequel that'll never come around. Anyway, let's try the fight one more time, shall we?
Don't cry.
First blood to me.
I don't know if I can get to hurt himself. Come on over, buddy. You're just fine. That works, I guess. But yeah, I always like the look of the symbiotes. I don't know why. Just something very, almost Cthulhian without being Cthulhu. You know what I mean? Ah.
Cletus, I can help you. Get you to people who can fix what they did to you.
You are the one who needs fixing, Spider-Man. Perfect. What I was always meant to be.
Hopefully we'll do a little bit better this time. Well, I don't know how to avoid his attack where he it punches me a bunch of times. I don't know how to get past it to block that. Hey, I'm trying to heal, jerk. There we go. Where'd he go?
I prefer to give you individual attention, but I'm really busy.
Oh, come on. I forgot that the range stuff automatically homes in on you unless you dodge. You know what I mean? No, that's not close enough. Great.
Fighting like that, I'm supposed to be the funny one.
There we go. See, I guess maybe I just don't dodge fast enough? That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, sorry. I was trying to see if I could just...
Chaos and death. When I'm
I wish I'm having, I could really use a nice long nap.
Yeah, I guess I could talk because we basically just... I mean, we're done with basically what we want to get from the story until the final scenes or whatever. Yeah, I think I'm trying to do.
Here's one for the highlight.
more to me when you die.
Alright, let's heal really quick. Just to make sure we don't get... I'm gonna heal, dude. You can't stop me. I'm a freaking chameleon, man.
Oh, seismic blast. Is there anything you can't make better?
Ah! Let's get some damage on him. Ah! Don't want to, ow! Yeah, you don't... Actually, the whole idea of the seismic abilities... You know, funny thing... The funny thing about fighting Carnage is the first time you fought him, Peter and Venom had to work together to beat him because he didn't have the same weaknesses as the Venom symbiote. So it's kind of weird fighting him without the help of Venom. I mean, yeah, later incarnations he learns to do it without Venom's help. But I don't know, there's just something sad about, about not having Venom here to... Because that's the whole point, right? He has to stop his progeny or whatever from, oh, come on! Didn't even take any of the damage. Yeah, burn, Scarecrow! Ah!
We're so alike.
Yeah, too bad you can't insta-kill these creatures.
This is what you want to do. I can help you.
Ow.
You're wrong.
Come on. Nothing. There we go.
The reason I do this is to stop people like you.
I was hoping to weaken them, so I wouldn't have to miss.
Boom, shakalaka.
There we go. Ah, easy to beat the Simbi. You just punch the crap out of them. Of course, that's how it works. There goes that one. Yeah, it's a comic book game type of thing, so you just have to accept it.
Raise your hand. No, fine.
Ow!
No, I did.
There we go. He's gone.
Oh, yes, I did. Still get butterflies.
We're almost done with him. Close.
Except for you.
Ow. Stop.
Seismic blast has a way of bringing people together on the floor.
We're pretty close. I'll have to heal up here. Ah! There we go. Almost close to the... Ah! Oh, come on! I wasn't even in the vicinity. Alright, we're almost done with this. Where is he? Come on.
I call this
Don't
the seismic blast. You can call it lights out.
Yeah, burn! Ah, come on, man! Whatever, we're done. We're done with this. Game over, Carnage. I'm melting! Ah, what a world!
No. Don't want to be alone again. Please just let me die.
That's not the answer, Cletus. None of us are gonna find any answers here.
Don't get that philosophical, Spider-Man. Yeesh. You're only supposed to get philosophical every once in a while. You already done it multiple times in
What's
this
the
game.
matter, Peter? You look like you lost your last friend. Hey, but I know for a fact you've still got at least one.
It's Uncle Ben. I miss him so much. I just feel lost without him. He raised me. I loved him. And he died because he was looking for me. I'm not sure how to live with that.
Let me ask you something, Pilgrim. Your Uncle Ben, he was one of the best people I ever knew. Everyone loved him. He had an amazing life, right? So, why do you want to make it all about how it ended? What counts isn't how he died, Peter. What matters is really the way he lived. I want you to make his life mean something. I want you to be the man he raised you to be. The man that he was so proud of when he saw what you were growing into.
He told you that?
All the time. Your uncle knew what a tough place the world could be. He knew that it needs heroes. And hey, take it from me, you are one of those heroes. So what do you say? Are you gonna go out there and prove it? I want you to do it for Uncle Ben, and for me.
Yeah. Yes, Dan. I will. I miss Uncle Ben. I'll always miss him. But I don't have to replace him, because he already gave me everything I needed. Now it's up to me to honor his memory by using what he gave me, in a way that'll make him proud.
Nuff said. Nuff said.
Is that how we're finishing the game off? Okay. Well, there we go, folks. The end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. Man, definitely only took bits and pieces from the movie. I mean, I'd rather them done a... Well, let's start from the beginning. Graphically, the game looks... it's okay for Xbox 360. Obviously, for a game that's supposed to be open-ended, it was rushed because it had to come out by the time of the movie. Obviously, it can't look like, you know, Infamous or Uncharted. So it's okay. It's passing, like a 6 or something like that. Music was okay. No, there was no real major tunes that really stood out to me. Like, all the music works. So nothing against the people who did the music for it. It's just, there you go. You know, you get the music and you're good to go. Story is straightforward. Really very few Spider-Man stories outside the comic books are ever super complicated. I don't think they need to be. You just need a reason to be, to bring in some villains and a reason for Spider-Man to be heroic and some overarching plot. And there you go. So average as well, which is fine. Really loosely based off the movie. I mean, the movie had to deal with more with like Harry Osborn and Max Dillon doing their own thing. But oh wow, the credits aren't very. I was about to say I didn't think the credits were very long, but yeah, there was because a lot of the second movie is about like Harry Osborn and Max Dillon, the two stories, and obviously Gwen and Peter's relationship growing. Obviously, for a spoiler for the movie, Gwen is a big part of the movie, and unfortunately she's not even in the game, so that's not even a point. So unfortunately, and there's supposed to be a big scene about her and Peter getting relationship getting stronger, and then what happens to her at the end of the movie, you know, it's supposed to be very heartbreaking, you know, and I don't know. I kind of wish Gwen was in it so they could have had that little thing, but I understand why they didn't have it for the game. I kind of wish there were side quests in this game that weren't just the standard find stuff or do the heroic missions. Like in the previous game, there was the main storyline that you could do, and you could do the side quests. And the side quests had like the Black Cat storyline and a couple others, which was kind of neat. This game only has the story missions, and all the side characters are thrown as being part of the story. Let's see. Oh, Sam Riegel. Okay. I thought that voice sounded familiar. Steve Bloom, yeah. Let's see. Man, those names were by Stanley as himself. Yeah, Sam Riegel. I was like, I could have swore I heard Sam Riegel's voice before, and I was like, oh yeah. He's a voice on Critical Role and a famous voice. Well, not famous. I don't say famous, but he's a well-known voice actor. He's on like Critical Role with a bunch of other voice actors. But yeah, I kind of wish they had their own side stories to this, so that they could have added more villains and stuff that weren't part of the main plot. But I guess they had a reason for having just main story. So that's kind of why I believe that the main game, this game is okay. Probably rated a 5 overall. Like, it's not bad, it's just very average for a Spider-Man game. But it's not terrible, so I can't give it anything. But I don't think it does anything enough to really make it interesting, because the whole heroic meter and menace meter, that got annoying really fast. Like, I get the idea of trying to reward or give reason to do heroic acts, but in this game, at a point, it gets really annoying to have to, like, deal with that. Especially when you're trying to, like... I mean, yeah, at some point it gets easy to ignore certain things because you're used to it, but at some point I just had to ignore it and just try to deal with it while I was trying to collect everything, you know. Obviously I could have waited to the end of the game to do that, but yeah, that was kind of annoying to do that, so I'd try to fix that system if they ever did it again, which I don't know what Insomniac's going to do for the game based off Homecoming, or at least I think it's supposed to be loosely based off Homecoming. I think it's supposed to be its own thing for the most part. But yeah, I believe I hate to say this, but I think the first game was better. Well, I mean, usually first games are better in most parts, but, you know, in this case, I'd probably say the first game was better, just because of, I don't know, I thought there was more to do in the first one, like the side quests and all that other stuff, and this one, it looked like it was streamlined. It looked like this one was rushed more than the first one was. And I feel bad for Beenox, because they usually make pretty solid games when they're not rushed. So I kind of blame Activision in this case. So yeah, the game was okay. I wish I had more villains they could interact with in side quest mode. I would temper the heroic menace meter a bit better. And I wish there was just more unique stuff to find in the game outside of them taking pictures. I don't know. I feel like this didn't have as many options. Still, my favorite version of Spider-Man is still. I don't know, Spider-Man 2 is really good for what it is for being a movie tie-in game, because we have to compare it to tie-in games if we're going to compare games because of the what this is. If Beenox was given an official just game by itself, which they've done before, like Edge of Time, Shadows of the Spider, whatever it's, or Web of the Shadows. There was one story where 4 Spider-Men came together to do stuff, but I can't remember the name of it. but that one was really good too. Like they've done a lot of good solo games, you know. And I did Edge of Tomorrow, and I liked that one. Not my favorite, but I liked it. I think Web of Shadows, or the one where the 4 Spider-Men work together to stop like an overarching villain, I think is my favorite. One of those two. Apart from like other series that have been made before, but this is usually the part where I'd be ending right now. But I kind of want to just show you something else at the end of the game, since I believe it just opens up back to the map again after that. So.
Oh, you can rely on me, Mr. Mayor. I consider it my honor to provide any help I can. What happened to young Osborn is tragic, but never fear. I'll continue to finance the task force myself. And, at the risk of seeming overconfident, I promise you, with the criminal organizations that plagued our city crushed, the crime rate will go down to a manageable level. Yeah, goodbye. There you are. Come in, my friend. Come in. I couldn't have done this without you. Chameleon.
What happens now?
Now, the real work begins.
Craven's brother makes an appearance as a chameleon. Too bad they're not going to do a third movie, and so thus a third game's not going to be made, so that ending point is pointless, except for the fact he mentions crime is manageable, which means for any stuff you're finding after the game's over, that's why the task force is still there. So it's neat to have Chameleon make an appearance, but yeah, since the third game's not going to be made, you know, it's one of those at least it happens after the credits, so you can kind of ignore it. But oh well. I mean, Beenox didn't know that. Beenox didn't know that there wasn't going to be a third game based off the movie series. Although, and the fact that since Marvel's taken their games in a new direction, I think Activision is still doing publishing the games, but those two achievements are for getting all your bios and unlocking all the outfits. So, which is one reason why I want to show that.
Never forget why I'm here. To help people.
But yeah, now that we've done that, a whole set of new photos have appeared, which a whole new set of dialogue or audio clips have been unlocked with that as well. And we've also unlocked the final bits of well, since we still got a few moments, I'm going to go ahead and take care of a couple of these really quick, and then I want to show you the final, the rest of the basically, I want to show you
bad guys will fight over.
I want to show you the rest of the outfits. Basically, okay. We're still at minutes level 3. You'd think it would have reset. All right. Oh, by the way, there's an achievement for getting the rest of these pictures here. By the way,
great composition. Sooner or later, guys like this always make a mistake.
We already caught Cletus. He's in jail. Anyway. Alright. Big grab. I basically just want to take you to stay in shop. Now, I don't know if I'm going to tack on like another episode.
Always dreamed of being a star of my own show.
I thought about doing that, like adding another oops.
Couldn't get a clear shot.
Like adding another episode to this just to show the bonus stuff you get, but I don't know. I might
taking secret pictures.
I might just like either extend this episode or maybe do some quick editing, really just to show the rest of it. Because let's see, taking the pictures doesn't automatically add an audio, does it? Let's see. We got 7 more, which means I'm missing a few audio, so I might just. Really what I want to show you is I just want to take you to Comic Stand's shop really quick. If I feel like it, I will do like a bonus episode for like the extra content that I found. Or depending on how I feel, I may just tack it on to the end depending on how long the episode goes or how much I want it to go. So we'll see what happens in a moment.
Web shooters really don't like electricity.
I just want to. You know, I guess I could have saved it, could have crammed it all in the episode if I really wanted to do some major editing on that, but Well, like I said, I'm lazy, so let's show off the last bit of the rest of the episode. I think at least until I maybe tack on the last little bit or do the bonus. But for now, I want to show. I'll show the rest of the outfits and stuff like that we've unlocked. Oh wait, no. Here I have to show the figures. Well, maybe the next episode I'll show off all the outfits, and then the bonus episode will show off all the outfits and the. Actually, you know what? Since there's so much stuff and I showed you everything before, I'll just make the next episode the last one and just show you everything, or all the audio and all that.
Hey, look at that.
It'd be kind
who
of.
Stan was hoping to see.
Because it'd be weird. Because I already showed you the posters. Combat is
Someone
just
beat
random
my high
different
score?
things.
I can't let that stand.
We already showed all that. Yeah, let's just show the figures, and then the next episode I'll show all the audio logs if I can find them all, and all the outfits, and go over the description. That sounds about right. So, all right, let's quickly do this. So, first we got Harry Osborn, a.k.a. the Green Goblin. The son of Oscorp founder Norman Osborn, Harry is born into privilege. He had lost everything but what he wanted most, the love and attention of his father, who focused his energies on work. Harry was a childhood friend of Peter Parker until he shipped off to boarding school. Upon graduation, Harry moved to California to live the life of an irresponsible, spoiled rich kid. Estranged from his father and refusing all attempts to reconcile until extraordinary circumstances changed things drastically. After all these years, Harry has returned to New York, where he's found a legacy that can unleash disaster. Well, we already know. Donald Mencken, Oscorp's ambitious director of operations. Donald Mencken expected the company to pass in the hands of his hands if Norman Osborn was no longer in the picture. He assumed the heir apparent young party animal Harry Osborn would be content to cash checks and play a figurative role. He was wrong. But Mencken
Well, there's
knows
one
all of
perk to being
Oscorp's darkest
Spider-Man.
secrets.
You learn where all the best public
And
bathrooms
he's
are.
not going to let the prize he craved so long slip through his hands. And finally, Cletus Kasady, a.k.a. Carnage. A true psychopath, Cletus Kasady was raised amid violence, abuse, and quickly showed an aptitude for both. Fascinated with death, he took his first life early. His methods of killing were brutal and gory, as he tried to learn everything he could from each of his victims' death. He has come to a point where he specializes in preying on other killers, feeling that people
If I miss
who
too many
have
more
lived
classes, I'm gonna have a crisis on campus.
who lives so intimately with death might have extra insight into his favorite subject. He leaves his initials CK scrawled in blood at the scenes of his crime, which led police and media to dub him the Carnage Killer. Before they learned his identity, psychological profiles show deep-seated psychopathy. Man, I don't know why I'm having issues with that. And a subconscious craving for the family he never had. So, folks, looks like Peter has done everything he can for the city of New York, despite it being his final venture into this version of his soiree. So, in the final episode of
I
Amazing
heard there was
Spider-Man
some
2,
shady stuff going on at the Ravencroft Institute. Hey,
Yep.
why does everyone who opens an asylum call it something creepy? I mean, why not the Happy Rainbow Relaxation Spot for the criminally insane?
with how America treats its criminally insane, and we basically treat him like an Ashcroft or a Ravenloft or Arkham or whatever. But anyway, yeah, Peter saved the world. He doesn't have the girl, but at least he has the respect of his peers secretly, and the love of his aunt, and the knowing that his Uncle Ben wanted the best for him. Maybe, hopefully, Peter's life will get better, but unfortunately in this universe, since the movie didn't do so well, we won't see a sequel to this version, which sadly isn't really my favorite, but I can respect it for what it is. Ooh, Felicia. Anyway, in the final episode of Amazing Spider-Man 2, we'll tackle the rest of, basically the rest of the audio logs and show you off just a bunch of bonus stuff. I'll just make it a regular episode, although it might be kind of short because of whatever. Ooh, I didn't even notice all these. If the episode is small enough, I might just read some of the comics or something like that just to fill it out. But anyway, thanks for joining me on this little bit, and if you join me for the next episode with all the little bits, I appreciate it. If not, I'll see you when the mail comes in for the next vid. Thanks for watching, folks.